Alright guys, my name is Rico. I am going to be showing us how to do our hair for the 2023-2024 season. So this is going to be for our show team. We are going to be doing space buns. It's going to be super fun. So just to get us started, we're going to do two really nice high pigtails. So what I'm going to take first is going to be, this is just a paddle brush. I'm just taking the brush, spraying it with my hairspray nice and tight, and then I'm going to pull it up into a nice high ponytail. Make sure before you get started that you part the hair right down the middle, and these are going to be some nice high buns. So we want to make sure that we're pulling them up all the way as high as possible. Alrighty, I'm just going to take my hair tie and place it up. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect right here. We're just trying to make the actual pony as smooth as possible. I'm just going to tighten up that ponytail. I'm going to pull the hair tie one more time just to make it nice and tight so we don't have any fallout at the competition floor. Alrighty, we have our nice space bun. If we can just look up just a little bit, I'm going to push that space bun just a little bit forward using my thumb. Alright, we have our first nice pretty pigtail, and I'm just going to get started with the second one. Again, spraying that brush, just making sure that this hair is going to lay nice and flat. Pulling up all those wispies. Hair tie, making sure everything is nice and flat. And then putting it up into our second pigtail. Okay, doing the same thing I did on the other side, using my index finger and my thumb to kind of move and maneuver that pigtail to make sure it's going to stay right in that place. Grabbing one more spin around of this hair tie, locking it in. It's going to be nice and tight. Now, as you can see, my model here, she does have bangs, so all we're going to do is we're just going to pull them back. I'm going to part them down the center with my comb and pull them back. I'm going to use one of my tiny little hair ties to pull all these wispies back and tie them into the big ponytail. Right, so I do have my little hair ties. These ones are like the super cheap little plastic ones. You can buy them at Walgreens, Walmart, any of that good places. I'm just gonna take her bangs. Luckily, hers are a little bit longer, so I can pull them back into that ponytail. If you do not have that option, it's okay. Just whenever you do it, just hairspray and then try to bobby pin. Perfect. Now I'll take my hairspray. Make sure anytime that we are spraying the hair, we don't want it to look crunchy. So try to stay back. And other side, same thing. Just taking these little hair ties, grabbing her bangs and pulling them back. Perfect. Now we have our nice pretty buns. I'm going to take that hairspray on the other side, just nice clean spray through. If wispies are a little bit of a struggle for you because we do have these baby hairs, gel is a good thing to use just to kind of lock it down. All right, make sure that we're not using too much though. We don't want, again, their hair to look crunchy. All right, so now we have our nice ponytails in. I'm going to grab our bows, we'll put those in, and then we will get started with the buns. All right guys, so we are back. I'm going to put these nice little buns in with our bows. I'm going to wrap these around, making sure that instead of layering the ponytail holder down, you want to lay your ponytail up. So try to put all of those new ones in up. That will help keep those buns nice and high. Okay, it's okay if your bow starts turning, not a problem. We can just fix that, getting it right nice and tight to the front. Remember, tightening up that ponytail, that'll help us. On to the next one. All right, so as you can see, we have our nice bows in our ponytails. All right, I'm gonna take my teasy comb. There are two teasy combs I like to go between. Thinner hair, I would use more of this one. It looks just like a normal, just rat tail comb, but it has 3 layers of actual comb in it. That's really gonna tease that hair, especially if it's a little bit finer, just to make sure that that tease is right at the bottom and it's not throughout the hair all the way through. And then I'm gonna go right at the root of the ponytail, where the ponytail holders start, and just tease it just a tiny bit. And I'm gonna go all the way around that. This is gonna help hold these buns in. So I just did it to one side. That looks great how it is. We're gonna take the other side and do the exact same thing. Brush it through first. Always remember, try to keep your ends brushed through. The worst thing is to have all these like tangly, crazy ends, and then we're not able to finish the style of the hair. Just spraying it, or combing it through, teasing all the way at that root where that ponytail holder is holding. And I'm kind of going around in a circle, nice and tight. Same thing done on the other side, just like that. When I come back, I have these little donuts, I like to call them. They have some that are not as firm. Try to grab the firm ones. Those are the ones that usually hold the best. So I will take my ponytail all the way up. I'll take my little donut and I'll put her ponytail through that donut. I'm gonna try to control as much of this hair in here as possible. So we're gonna take our little donut, push it all the way down. Second donut, grabbing it, putting that pony all the way through. We're gonna try to push this all the way down as far as possible, right behind that bow. Perfect. Now we're gonna lift up that donut, and then we're just going to pull it as much as we can, and we're just going to roll. Okay, and then we just roll it over. Nice and tight. Yes, you can do the traditional way of just kind of pulling them up into buns. This is just going to keep more of like a uniform look. Keep it nice and tight. That way they won't come out at competition. Remember, it doesn't have to look perfect right now. We're going to clean it and smooth it out. I just wanted to get that one in. And then right now we're moving on to the next one. Remember, try to get as much of the hair on it as possible, and then use and roll down. These little donuts you can buy anywhere. You can get them off of Amazon, you can get them at Target, you can get them, I think I've even seen them at like Forever 21 at that little cash grab section right before the registers. If you want to buy them, they're super easy. I think I got mine for like $3 and they last, I've had these forever, so they last a very, very long time. Okay, so now we have our 2 buns in. Yes, they are not perfect, but that's what we're about to do in this next step, is just kind of smoothing, cleaning them, making them nice and tight, and then we'll be ready to go for competition. Give me just a couple seconds. I'm gonna grab my teasy comb again and my hairspray, and we're just gonna smooth these little buns out. All right, so for this last part, we're just gonna be kind of cleaning all the way through the hairstyle, just making it nice and smooth. So I'm gonna take my hairspray, just gonna spray the bottom of this nice and tight, getting those last little wispies at the bottom up, nice and tight. I'm gonna take my second teasy comb. This one is a boar bristle teasy comb. So this one will kind of get all of those really, really thick, unruly hairs, and it'll just kind of line them up into that nice spot. I'll spray one more time, smoothing it out with my fingers, and then the back of the ponytail is done, or the pigtails are done. Now I'm going to take Another one of my little plastic hair ties. All right, I'm gonna go back around the bun after I smooth it out, just to keep all of those hairs in. Also with some bobby pins just to make it nice and clean. Take that boar bristle brush again, kind of just comb around these buns, keeping all of that hair in as much as possible. Wrapping it around. Okay, that one looks good. This one is a little loose, so we're gonna try to wrap it one more time. Going through, brushing it one more time. Then we're gonna take that nice hair tie, wrap it around the bun. This is gonna get any of those little wispies back out. As well, take our hairspray, spray it, and then use your fingers. Sorry, I know it's cold. We're gonna use our fingers to kind of just pull in those last little pieces. This is just me just going around trying to make it as perfect as possible. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. My hair tie, wrapping it around just to make sure that that stays in nice and tight. Spraying it through, making sure these buns look like actual buns. Nice and tight. Now I'll go through the front, just kind of making sure everything looks nice and tight.